Welcome everyone to How to Become Money Workbook Conversations. I'm Chandana Bawa.
Hello, everyone, and I am Isha Bawa Sethi.
Say tea. And now, up to your life. Up to
Forgot
your
to.
life. Yeah.
And we're so excited and thrilled to have you guys here with us today. Really, genuinely, thank you so much for being here. And I'm just gonna start rattling off, Mom.
Please do.
But it's like for so many years now. Did is everyone muted?
Just muting everyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So for a few years now, Mom and I kind of have been reading the How to Become Money workbook on the 1st of January every single year. We committed to this maybe like what, 8 years ago?
This is the 10th year.
This is the 10th year. Okay, there you go. So like 10 years ago, we started reading, we started to start our new year with the How to Become Money workbook every
At that time,
single
we just used to read it amongst ourselves. There was
correct.
no facilitation because we were not facilitators.
Yeah. So we started with just reading it amongst Mom and me. And then eventually, when we both got licensed, we were like, why don't we invite everyone and make this into a class? And whoever would like to begin the year with us, we can. And it kind of always had a really special energy to it. And I'm saying special because it just was so special. There was something different about it. And I kind of get the same energy even this time. Starting the next year with the How to Become Money workbook, I really wonder what that can create for our future. And I mean, no significance to like starting the year with it. I know I've spoken about it a few times, but like do it any time of the year, it works as well. It's not about the time.
But let's make it significant. After all, it is Happy New Year 2024.
I like the reindeers behind you. Look at that. It's Christmas time. Very
I also
pretty.
have a Christmas tree.
Lovely. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Pretty. That looks lovely. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, well, Isha, you froze? Yeah.
Oh,
Did Isha freeze or did I freeze? Oh, Isha froze. Yeah. Okay.
I'm fixing it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So, the How to Become Money workbook is actually one of the first workbooks, the first conversation that Gary had with Rasputin, and that truly changed his life. And for all of us who have been using the tools of access, we know that there is something called the clearing statement, which runs as right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, line, shorts, boys, forwards, and beyonds. And it's really interesting that the original How to Become Money workbook was actually created even before the clearing statement came along. So yeah, I mean, that's how potent the original How to Become Money workbook is. And it's not like I've done it once and I don't need to do it again. It's actually like, Gary says if you do it every few weeks, I think 6 weeks, he says, every 6 weeks, if you do it, your entire, not only your financial reality, but your entire reality will change.
Yeah. Um, to add to what you just said, it's like for me, because every person who's reading the How to Become Money workbook has a very like they get something different out of it. But for me, it's like whenever I read the How to Become Money workbook, it's not only about changing your financial reality, but it's also about transforming the areas in which you're living from a poverty mindset.
Hmm.
And what is a poverty mindset? A poverty mindset is anywhere you think you lack something. So in relationship, we could think we're lacking time, attention, love, acknowledgement. In business, we could think we're lacking money, or we're lacking possibilities, opportunities, so to say. You know, there's so many different areas where we go into, oh, I wish only if I had this, only if I had this. That's a poverty mindset. And every time I do the How to Become Money workbook, it gets me instantly into creation and actualization and thriving instead of living life with a poverty stricken mindset.
Wow, that's really thank you for sharing that, Isha, because that's such an easy space to go to because so many it's so much more available out there because everyone seems to be choosing it. So you think that's easily, available. Whereas what's really available for you constantly is possibilities, but possibilities is something that not everyone chooses. So you look at it as more of a, it's not even like, I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if it won't. But poverty mindset is something that almost everyone is kind of chosen it at some stage of life and chosen it in some area of their life. And what if this money workbook can actually get you to get present with where you're choosing that? Like, where exactly are you choosing poverty mindset? Are you choosing it with relationships, with business, with money, with your body? I mean, how many of you are keeping your body really starving, not just for food, but starving for luxury because you've decided that you don't deserve it or you don't belong to a certain society or a certain structural cohesion where luxury is just chosen. It's like, okay, I'm just choosing this because I can have this, versus I have to choose this because everybody in my group chooses this, or I cannot choose this because if I choose this, I will stand out and I will be so different from the rest of my family and my friends. So they're different. I mean,
Times, how many times it's a mix of both?
yeah, yeah, that.
So weird.
And those are all the reasons and justifications we give ourselves, right?
Yeah.
We make ourselves believe that this is why I'm choosing it and this is why the choice is right. But in actuality, you're just fooling yourself into poverty mindset. You're tricking yourself into this reality. What if you could actually trick yourself into abundance?
How much
What,
fun would that be?
right? And the How to Become Money workbook is actually a great way of tricking yourself into possibility.
Receiving.
Receive.
One of my favorite lines, which is probably in the bars, in the foundation, and in the How to Become Money workbook, is joy does not follow money. Money follows joy.
Yeah.
How many times do we keep thinking, that we'll get happy, we'll get joyful, our life will finally be perfect and great once I have the money? But it's like, guys, choose anything. If you can take out a few minutes in a day to choose even one thing that gives you joy, see your financial reality transform in ways that you have never seen before. If you can take an action every day, or as often as you can, I don't want to put anything on you guys, that's up to you how often you do it, but however often, if you could take any action that actually gives you true joy, not from the sense of proving, not from the sense of showing anything to anyone, but actually you just having the joy of your being,
Yeah.
your financial reality will grow way greater than anything we've decided is possible or available.
And one thing that the How to Become Money workbook, each other, what you're talking about, of all of this energy, what it just brings up for me is that it also gets me to acknowledge that money supports my choices. Where you make money the source, but I can't choose this because I don't have the money and I will choose it when I have the money. That's a brilliant way of keeping yourselves limited. That's a brilliant way of keeping yourselves from choosing what you really are looking to choose. But when you choose something and you be like, okay, I would like to have this as my reality. And everything that doesn't allow it, you just want to pock and pot it. You want to get aware of what points of views you're using to stop you from having that. And then recognizing that money will support your choice. It is going to support your choice because money is here. It plays with you. You choose something, you ask for it, and then you just leave it, and money will support your choice. You
That's
know,
huge.
money has no point of view, right? You're talking about the How to Become Money workbook. What makes it different from another money class, Isha, in your world? What
Yeah.
makes it different from just another money class?
Well, uh, no money class is just a money class.
Ah, right.
Let's start there. No money class is ever just a money class, and a money workbook is not just a money workbook. They both are brilliant and amazing in their own ways, and they both contribute hugely. But the How to Become Money workbook is something that's actually a workbook. To start with, in the first chapter, we sit together and there are a bunch of questions that kind of assist us in getting to know ourselves more with regards to how we function with money. For example, that's what do you hate about money, what do you love about money, and these are questions we probably never even comprehended in our lives. Hate? What do you mean by hate money? I
I,
want money.
I
What are you
want
talking
money. I don't hate money.
about? So it's like there are these bunch of questions that if you're willing to be totally true and present with yourself in those moments, like you could get so many different awarenesses. And then we start reading the chapters, which are basically each question distributed amongst chapter wise. So each question has its own chapter, and we kind of read and get more awareness about each and every single area of how we are functioning with money. It's a very in-depth book, which was actually a class that Gary Douglas and Dane here had facilitated years ago. This was actually when Dr. Dane wasn't even the co-creator of Access. So you can imagine, like, if we are still doing it, you can imagine how potent and powerful it is. In my point of view, the power of it actually just keeps to grow every time each one of us actually do it. So in my point of view, each time we pick up the How to Become Money workbook and actually use it, it actually strengthens and exponentializes what it can do for us, because it makes it available for the next person to receive more. So it's a class that was facilitated by Dr. Dane, and sorry, not Dr. Dane, by Gary Douglas. And Dr. Dane was actually a participant in that class at that point. Am I correct or am I wrong? Or was it the abuse class?
Yeah, that was the abuse class.
That was the abuse class. I'm mistaken. Sorry. That was abuse class. But in the How to Become Money workbook, it's like
Rasputin and his conversation.
Rasputin and Gary Douglas's conversation. There you go. And every time we read it, like it exponentializes so much, because what was said back then, we're just willing to start to hear now. And if we can just keep going on, the receiving of what's actually written in that book, that's actually true gold. It's actually true wealth, which is the only reason why it continues to grow over time. Otherwise, anything that's a lie would be dead. But the only thing that grows over time and continues to fruitify and exponentialize only stuff that's actually true.
Yeah. And
And
also
that's,
adding to that, there were also other students in class that the
yes,
How to Become Money workbook is actually based on. Yeah.
yes. So you have lots of points of views of participants in class. You have Rasputin, and Gary's facilitation, which is absolutely beautiful to have, because
It's
it's
through
just it.
Rasputin, which is through Gary's mouth.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And just
Um, I have read the How to Become Money workbook over. At this point, I think I've read it not nearly enough, but I think I've read it at least 30 to 40 times
yeah.
till now.
More,
And
Isha.
I think it would be safe
You
to
did
say
the
I
100
probably
days, right? So maybe
I
like,
did,
yeah, maybe
yeah.
even more.
We
But you know,
probably. Mhm.
yeah, but you know, no number of times of reading it is really enough. I
Yes.
remember when Dane did the How to Become Money workbook a few years back, and I know you were a participant in that class, and he said that what was I waiting for? What, I mean, you know, he was like, I had underestimated this book, and I had thought that, oh, I don't need to do it now. But when he did it, he recognized how much it again changed in his world. So, you know, it really is a piece of gold out there, and
And we
receiving.
will also, sorry to cut you off, but just to add to exactly what you're talking about, you brought up the How to Become Money workbook with Dr. Dane, and there's so much I received from that call, and I use a lot of tools from there, even in my facilitations of How to Become Money workbook classes. I'm all like, there's constantly things that I am incorporating from that class because it was so huge.
Yeah, yeah. So does anyone have any questions around the original How to Become Money workbook, or around money, or around anything? Because Isha and I can just keep talking about how brilliant
Yeah.
that is. You know, we have to remind ourselves, okay, let's stop for now. Any questions, my lovelies? Yes, Bhavna.
Yes.
Ask? Can I ask?
Yes, please.
Have Bhavna's hand up. We'll take her question first.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much. I just wanted to say that I always feel about money that I can't spend or I don't have enough, or like I wanted to work in the share market, but other shares move up, but the one I've invested doesn't move up, and and my health has come in now in between of my earning my when I'm going for my job. There is some kind of always an issue regarding finances. I feel insecure.
What is it?
What do I love about hating money? Mm.
Exactly what I was gonna give.
Right?
Yeah.
That is the energy. What do I love about hating money?
And I know in situations like these, we go into what do you mean? Like, I don't love hating money. I understand that this is not us being like insensitive. This is not what it is. It's us giving you guys questions so you guys can access your points of views that are underneath all those things of you actually desiring more money. The things that keeps you from having money and not having money, that's what we are breaking down so you can finally have money.
Yeah,
But if we're not going to be willing to break down those barrier blocks that keep us from receiving or what we're actually asking for.
actually, like I want to take up a class, but something will happen that I cannot, just join it. The choice becomes different. And then secondly, like you people, like in Access, they say don't save money, just ask for it. The more you save, like, you know, you're just blocking. But then I see my father, I've gone through a lot of health issues and all, but ultimately the money he saved for me. So I'm using that.
So, I can just talk a little bit about this energy. When you save money, you save it for a rainy day, which does not mean that you spend all your money. Be willing to have money. Having
Hmm.
money is different from saving money, having money, and saving money is different from investing money. You know, we are talking so much about profit in access consciousness now. It's not just about the creation of money, but it's about the profit that you're creating. And the profit is, it's not just about spending. It's not about earning, spending, and the balance. That's not just the profit. The profit is when you learn something, what did that create in your life? The money that you spent, what did that create in your life? The money that you earned, what is that creating in your life? And it's not about, like, a lot of times people misinterpret that, oh, we don't have to save money, we're just going to spend it all. No, it's about first you take your 10% aside and keep the money for as an honoring of you, That in itself is, some people could call it a saving, some people could call it an investment, some people could call it the willingness to have. I look at it as my willingness to have the money, just to have it, and not the need to spend it and get rid of it. So it's really about your willingness. And once Dane spoke to Gary, and Dane said, Gary, I have a money issue. And Gary said, no, you don't. He says, but Dane, you don't. He said, Gary, you don't understand. I have a money issue. And Gary said, no, Dane, you don't. He said, but Gary, you don't understand. I have a money issue. But Gary said, no, Dane, you don't. So he said, okay, then can you ask me a question? Because, Gary won't ask a question unless you ask him to ask a question. To which Gary said, is it a money problem or is it a receiving problem?
Yeah.
So what am I not willing to receive that if I was willing to receive it, could change my financial reality?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome, beauty. Sandhya?
Hi. Generally, I do energetically spend all the money what is going to come to me. So, like, what question should I ask, or what should I do? Like, the money is coming on the way, and energetically I spend like 10% this, and zoom,
Yeah.
and it
A
does
great
not show
question.
that.
A great question to ask in those situations is, what do I love about getting rid of money?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're already deciding where you have to spend it before it can even reach you, there's something you love getting rid of it, that you won't allow
Oh,
yourself to have the energy or wealth in your world.
wow.
So ask that and pot and pocket, so you can destroy and uncreate it, and that'll change.
Okay.
Simple,
Thank
easy
you.
peasy. You're welcome.
Easy.
Yeah, it's access tools are really easy, guys. Like, it's really freaking easy. One of my favorite tools from the How to Become Money Workbook again is the 5 I Ams, where we say, I am power, I'm awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I am money. These 5 I Ams are life transformative. I've done 100 days of ease, joy, and glory, where I thought I would just start with doing all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. But with some energy, I just started doing the 5 I Ams every single day. So I kind of did the 5 I Ams along with ease, joy, and glory for 100 days. And oh boy, the sense of true power of the being that kind of just showed up for me. With true power does not have to be loud. True power does not have to be proven. True power just is. And I got the first, how do I put it? The first sense of true power really with that. Because we have all these cute points of views of what power means and what power is and what power isn't. But it's like, if you're truly willing to be power from the depths and the spaces of your being, oh boy, you are unstoppable. Yes, Payal?
My question is, I was listening to one call from Dane, and he said that that's why affirmations don't work. Now, something, and that's why affirmations don't work. Now, my issue with, or my confusion is that I am money, I am power is also like an affirmation then. So how do we, yeah.
An affirmation is, can I take that, Isha?
Please do.
An affirmation is when you have, it's like how something shows up, when something shows up, what must show up. That's an
Okay,
affirmation.
expectation.
Yes, a lot of expectations and a lot of defined ask. Okay. I am power is Like, what is power? Can you define power? It's really beyond. The power that we're talking about in the How to Become Money workbook is a power that is you.
Okay. Okay.
I am control is an energy of what you be. It's not control as in this reality,
Yes.
right? Right. So when you're actually saying the 5 I ams, you're actually being more of you. You're not, you're not, you're not, you're not affirming that you are something that you have decided you are not,
That was my confusion. Yes.
right? You are acknowledging that you are.
Okay.
An affirmation has to remind you that this is outside of me and now I'm going to be it. Or an affirmation is something that, you need to remind yourself constantly that um, this is what I'm asking for. This is what I'm asking for. Whereas in these 5 I ams is an acknowledgement of this is who I am. This is me,
I'm an infinite being.
that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chandana. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a
And
great question. And a lot of people have this curiosity about, you know, isn't on the 5 I ams affirmations. And they are actually, like mom has so beautifully explained, like they're so different. Affirmations, and I don't know anything about affirmations. I'm not talking against affirmations, but it's just for me,
it works,
affirmations are, can you say that again?
it works for many.
Yeah, it works for a lot of people, and if it works for them, that's amazing. But it's like saying affirmations is basically, it comes from the space of um adopting something you're not, and basically the 5 I ams is accessing the being that you be. But that's why we say I be power, I be money, I be awareness. It's not something that you're saying that I'm not, so let's become it. It's something that you are going within you to remind yourself that you be it. And it's kind of knocking at that door even more, because what we say is you've got to access the muscle, right? For everything, whether it's question, awareness, you've got to access that muscle a little more every day. That's, you don't just wake up and some people do, and that's amazing. But to reach that big goal that you've set in your mind, it takes one step at a time, one day at a time. That one extra action that you took. Similarly, the more you do that, it taps on the 5 energies. It kind of exponentializes that, because you have decided to finally start flowing energy to that part of your world and your being.
Be is very light to me. I be power, I be awareness. I can always twist and tweak it my way. Suggestible?
Yeah, go ahead. Follow your
Oh,
awareness.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
There's a
Leonie,
question in the chat,
question.
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lately, I'm in a space of what I have is enough and it's preventing me to have more. What is this? Ah, Leonie, is anything ever enough for you, or are you fooling yourself? And it's really interesting when when you go into I have enough and I don't need to create anymore. How comfortable are you now in the space that you've created? And how lazy are you choosing to be that doesn't allow you to choose something different?
Yeah.
And by lazy, I don't mean that you're not moving. Lazy is more of an energy of where you're not making a choice.
And it's like you really want to ask, is it okay? So there's a difference between the sense of gratitude and the sense of receiving, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful for where I am today. That's a beautiful energy to just soak yourself in. But that energy doesn't have a stop point to it. So that's the difference. It's okay to be grateful for how much you've changed and chosen and embraced and let go of. Please allow that into your world. In fact, I would say that's essential for each one of our beings to grow, because that's a sense of acknowledgement you're flowing to yourself. Just don't forget to ask a question after that. It's really simple. It's not difficult or hard. We don't have to make it complicated. Be grateful for the space you're in. Be grateful. It was like on my call yesterday, I was laughing with my I'm doing a 10 keys to total freedom book read right now. And I was laughing with, my access friends on the call, the participants. And I was like, guys, the grass is not greener on the other side. It never is. The grass is just greener where you water it, where you flow your energy. It's that simple. And it's okay to look at the grass and be like, oh my God, it's so green. I'm so happy. Like, you flowed so much energy to it. You've flown so much energy to it. Be grateful, celebrate it, acknowledge it. Just ask another question after that, because for an infinite being, there really is no enough. An infinite being really is infinite. So everywhere we've all decided we can either be grateful or ask for greater. Can we destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Wrong, good, bad, pot, walk, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. It's
Did
not
I give
wrong.
you clarity, my lovely
What was that, Mom?
Leonie?
Hmm.
Okay, so do we have any more questions, or are we good for the morning, evening, night, whichever part of the
Wherever
world,
we are.
wherever we are? Yeah.
Hi,
I feel
Chandana.
we should not quit.
Hi, Seema.
Hi. I have a question.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's like I have created a situation with total, lockup in my world. Like, I have been asking questions and reading money workbook and regarding, to increase the money flows and have more money. But then in my head, there is a conclusion if I get a new job with a better salary, or if I get a salary hike, or if I get more clients for my bars, or like that. Like, so I am asking, and still this conclusion is running in the background. So it's more like I have already concluded if one of these things happen, then only I will have more money. So what questions can I ask here to change
That's
them?
presumptive reality that keeps in the need of the reactive reality with your choices. So what big fives am I using that doesn't, what big fives with money am I using that doesn't allow me to be the money that I could be choosing?
Yes, I'm not being the money. It's more like I'm focusing on doing what can I do to get more money. Yes.
And when you do to get money, you're running after money instead of being the joy that has you receiving money.
Yes.
Like, I just wonder if you chose one thing every day that would give you joy. Whether it's just listening to your favorite song. You could listen to your
Yeah.
favorite song one day, or maybe just soak yourself in like a warm bubble bath or whatever it is you want. Drink hot cup of like hot chocolate, whatever that one thing is. Go for a movie. What is it? And wake up every morning, you guys, and ask, what can I choose today that would give me joy right away? And just take that.
Beautiful.
Just take 5 minutes, guys. Sometimes if you want to take 2, 5, 6, 10 hours, take that. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no time limit to it. Can be as little or as long
Joy
as
is
you
limited. Joy is limited. Come on. Too much money if you have
that.
to.
And if you just use the 5 IAMs every morning, just in the shower. I'm power, I'm awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I'm money. I'm power, I'm awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I'm money. I'm power, I'm awareness, I'm control, I'm creativity, I'm money. What could
Yes.
change?
Thank you. Thank you, Isha. Thank you, Chandan.
I wish we could meet you every morning.
Oh, you can, starting from 3rd of Jan.
Yeah.
The
That's
call
true.
will be in the morning.
Yes, 9:30 to 10:30.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Thank you.
It's like daily or alternate or twice a week.
Daily. Who was that?
This is Sandhya.
Oh, Sandhya. I was wondering, I couldn't see who was asking. Yes, my darling, it's going to be every day.
So how many calls?
10 calls for 1 hour each. And
Okay.
it's for $120, 7,500 rupees for India. And Isha's put the link in the chat.
How many Indian rupees you said?
7,500.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
But daily you're doing okay. Okay.
Jail,
एक
ये
भी करना पड़ेगा consciousness. Oh, too much, yeah.
very bad. Every day I have to get present with money. Oof, yeah. I don't want to be present with money every day. Can I not take a break from consciousness?
How did we get so lucky to get present?
Yes, that's
Neither.
what
No,
else
we
is
want to take a
possible.
break from consciousness. 1 day conscious, 5 days not conscious. Sandhya.
5 days unconscious is more
Awesome,
like it.
awesome.
Yeah, Ishita. Okay, lovelies. This was a great chat. Thank you all for joining. And what else can we create? How much fun can we have with this?
And if you have any questions, Mom, you want to say who they can reach out to?
Yes, absolutely. They can reach out to Isha, to Chandana, to Ninta, to Sugandha, and to Reena. And let's have fun.
Just ask around. Someone will give you some
Somebody will
information.
give you. Ask the universe. You can also reach out to the universe.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Love you
day,
guys.
night, wherever you are.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Don't forget.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
much.